For a small table and class like genre, you can integrate the genre into existing controllers. And that is what we are going to be doing next. First, we're going to integrate into the home controller. And I have already done this by adding include the genre. So what include does is it pulls in the related record or row from the genre table. So it's going to basically go through each movie, and for each movie it's going to grab all the related genre information and sort that right along with the movie information. Now when you add this include, you are probably also going to have to add the using statement for Microsoft Entity Framework Core. Otherwise, it's going to flag the include as an error. So that one little include pulls in all the genre data that we need. And it's going to pass that data along to the view. So our next little step is going to be to add genre information to our home index view. And I already did that. So for the headings in our table, you want to add genre, and it should be between year and rating. And then down here in the detail lines, you also need to add genre between year and rating. Now, we've already connected this view with our movie class, but genre, the genre name is coming from the genre class. So after at movie, you do need to indicate that it is the genre class you're accessing and the name property. So down here, it's just at movie.genre.name. And once you've made that change, genre will now show up in our index view. Now for the movie controller and the add and the edit action methods in that controller, what we need is to pass the genre to the edit view. Because if you remember, the edit view is being used for ads and it is being used for edits. It's being used for both. And what we want is for the genre to display in a drop-down list so they can pick it. Okay, so we are going to be adding all of this code, but first we are going to add the code to the movie controller. Now, how we are going to pass the listing of genres for the drop-down list is we're going to use a view bag. So for the add action method, we are going to key in viewbag.genres. And that is going to store that basically the entire genre table. So we're using our private context. We are accessing the genre table, and we are going to sort everything by name. And we are storing it in a list, or we're calling the toList method to get that nice sorted list. That goes into viewbag.genres. that same statement needs to go in the edit as well. So you can just simply copy this and then you can paste it right here below viewbag.action. And this is the get. Okay, so this is where it's retrieving whatever they've entered, and it will just actually display whatever genre they selected. But we're sending them the entire list because if they want to change it, they need to be able to click on the drop-down list and pick something else. We are also going to be adding this to post. We really don't need it up here, right? Because if they made changes and they submitted and there are no errors, it basically is either going to add or it's going to update. We talked about that before. So where we need the viewbag.genre statement is if there's errors. Because if there's errors or a problem, we still want them to be able to select the list. So right below here in the else section below viewbag.action, that is where you are going to paste the genres. Okay, and obviously you don't need it in the delete because all the delete is really displaying is the name of the movie and it's retrieving it by ID. So either they're going to delete it or they're not. Okay, so when they post, if they choose to delete, awesome, it runs through the code. So we really only need it in the add and the edits. And conveniently, our ads and our edits all go to the same view. So we go to the edit view. So to create this, what I did is I just copied year and pasted it, and then I modified it. So the div does not need to change. I modified the label. I put genre ID and the word genre there for the label. I had to modify input to create a select, and then I had to add the closing select. And this is for genre ID. It is a form control. And then I coded in the options. So the very first option, which is only going to display during an ad, okay, it's going to say select a genre. And below that are all of the genre names. And we are getting a list of everything in the genre table through the view bag. So you need a for each so that you can process every single item in that list. And we are getting genre items, which we are going to access using a G, and they are coming from viewbag.genres. And right inside our option here, we are setting the value to the ID, and we are displaying the name, just because the name is a little bit more user-friendly than displaying the ID. Okay, so that is how we are creating our drop-down list. So once you've got that coded, we can go ahead and you can run a build and then run the app. And you can see I've played around a bit. And so what I'm going to do is we'll add another movie here. Scooby's Ghost of Christmas Past. Totally made that up. Okay. Genre, ooh, horror. Okay, and then we'll give it a rating. So here it is. And then let's say I change my mind. Oh, it's really not horror. We'll list it as a comedy. All right, and now I'm just going to delete. And you can verify that all of that works.